Yo, what's going on everybody? It's your boy Potential Unleashed. We're back with another video. This is One Piece chapter 1046. It is titled Raizo, so let's talk about it. It was a chapter that was primarily Luffy and Kaido in an update chapter, and sometimes I don't like the update chapter because they take away from the tension and it's a lot of cuts, but sometimes I do. And I think this chapter was a needed chapter. We were on Luffy and Kaido for a decent amount of time, and so it's good to see what's going on with everybody else. And I think I talked about this last chapter. I needed to see what was going on with the Straw Hats, the kid, the Law Pirates or the Heart Pirates, the Alliance. So I'm pretty happy about that. The cover page, it says that there's two figures and they are in Pudding's territory. I wonder who they are. I've seen a lot of people speculate about the Blackbeard Pirates, that they might be trying to take over Big Mom's territory, that she's gone, maybe try to steal Katakuri's fruit. I don't know, but we're gonna continue because, well, we don't really care about that. We're gonna continue with this chapter. It talks about Luffy and the Gum fruit, and Kaido, he's questioning Luffy, like, who is he, right? Because we know that Kaido, he talks about how Luffy couldn't be Joy Boy, and Luffy appears different than, obviously he has a new form. Zanisha talks about how nostalgic this is, the rhythm of his heartbeat, the rhythm that's going on. He says, Joy Boy, you've returned, and talking about how exhilarating this is because he hasn't experienced this in probably 800 years, and he said he thinks that this is fate that's going on with what, Joy Boy coming back, etc. So maybe we'll get a flashback with that, see who actually is Joy Boy during this arc. I don't know, but they say, I believe Zanisha's like, put your faith in this boy, and this is going to get a lot of the reincarnation stuff out the window because now we won't see recently with the whole Joy Boy and Luffy Gear 5th, all of that, a lot of people have been speculating saying that this is Luffy reincarnated as Joy Boy. However, Luffy's in control here because he tells Kaido that he's Monkey D. Luffy, the man who's going to surpass you, become king of the pirates. His standard typical saying that we know and love. So I'm happy that he said that we're going to get a close-up of what Gear 5 looks like, so it looks pretty good. And then we continue the fight. Kaido, Kaido is growing on me as a character, right? At first I didn't really like him, but the more we're interacting with him, the more I'm enjoying him, that he's enjoying the fight and that he's not very stuck up, right? A lot of villains, like for example Katakuri, how he thought he was stronger faster, then he started acknowledging Luffy and that it turned into a duel, the respect. And I feel like Kaido's giving Luffy his respect because Luffy's and Kaido, they're at a slugfest. I believe Yamato later in that chapter says that Kaido's at his limit, so I'm pretty excited about this. And Kaido talks about Luffy, how this is an awakening and that he's saying that this is finally at a point where only like the strongest people can do this type of stuff. And so since Kaido talked about this, I feel like Kaido, because he said we call this an awakening, so I feel like Kaido, he has one. We'll probably get a flashback and then he'll use his at some point in the future. Kaido then talks about how he lost everything in his war, his castle, his men, and different other things, and he talks about how Luffy lost everything. Luffy's like, man, what are you talking about? I didn't lose nothing. But then he starts coughing because there's smoke that's coming from below and it's starting to interfere with Luffy, and he's like, whoa, what the heck is going on? And Kaido, he talks about how there's a fire in the castle, and since we're in the air, the only thing you could do is jump in the water, but from that height you're going to die. And so Kaido's like, all the Alliance, they're gonna die, and Luffy's like, no they're not. He said, they told me, I said I take care of Kaido, you guys handle the rest. He trusts in his crew, he trusts in the Alliance that they will handle the situation below. And then we cut away from Luffy versus Kaido. This is when we cut down to the live floor. We get different interaction with the Straw Hats. We see Nami and Chopper, they meet up, and Chopper's crying. He's like, I don't know what to do, everything's on fire, I can't find none of the crew, like what's going on? Which we love Chopper when he does this. He's the youngest runner on the crew, so it makes sense why he's so scared and that he cries sometimes. We also see I like Chopper, he was like, Zeus, what if you like make a rain cloud, and Zeus was like, I can't do that. I love that interaction. We also see Beppo. Beppo, he's a polar bear, so him dealing with the heat, he's passed out, and they have to carry Beppo around because he's going to die if he stays put. We cut to Robin and Brooke. There's some interaction where they're like, oh, I'm sorry, you already got charcoal or you got burnt up, and Brooke's like, yeah, I did. He's like, wait, I'm a bone. I'm not dead. What are you guys talking about? I'm fine. So they're trying to get out. We also see Sanji. He's with the women that were kidnapped with Black Maria, and he's talking about the garden's gone, that they can't leave, so they're stuck in the air. Then we get a Pooh. Oh man, he's annoying. He's talking to one of the numbers, trying to get him to break down the door. But the numbers, he's not doing it. So it looks like a Pooh's going to fight. I believe his name is Ibi or something like that. So he's probably going to fight him. Usopp, he's doing his pop greens, and he did like a green star that has a sprinkler, but it ran out. Usopp's like, what the hell, man? Like, what am I to do? He's losing it, but then he's crying, but at the same time he's like, I have to handle this. I promise Izo I take care of Kiyomon and Kiku, so, and myself. And then I think it's Hamlin's. He's like, what about me? And Usopp's like, well, Ninja, what about you? I'm not gonna save you. There's also Zoro. We see him and Frankie. Frankie has him, and something interesting that Frankie says is that if he doesn't take Zoro to Chopper, Zoro's not gonna make it. Zoro's unconscious. We don't know what's gonna happen to him. He did fight death, or he saw the Grim Reaper. He was falling off of Onigashima. I want to know what exactly is happening with him. But then there's Frankie. He has his fan club, and he's like, man, y'all don't get away from me. And then this is I guess, the climax of the chapter with Raizo and Jinbei. They're putting out the fire. What Raizo did, but he stored some water from Zao, the water that Zunisha would, use the trunk to produce rain. We know it rained a lot on Zao, and he stored that in a scroll because when Odin Castle was on fire, he couldn't save Toki, couldn't save Momonosuke because his ninjutsu wasn't powerful enough. So what he did is he gathered the water from Zunisha and stored it in his scroll, and then he had Jinbei disperse it through the castle with, I believe Jinbei used his ocean shoulder throw, so he was able to put that all around. But one thing I want to mention, I know the first priority has to be getting like the fire under control, but what's going to happen with these devil fruit users like Robin, Chopper, Kid, Law, and I guess the small users, like, are they gonna like be in effect? Because water affects them, so I want to see how they're going to escape this. The water was also affecting Killer. Like we saw, I go to him, we got a glimpse of him. And Yamato, she's like, this is where I talked about this a little bit earlier, that Kaido's at his limit. We know that Momonosuke, he cannot learn, he doesn't know how to use the flame crowds, right? And so what Momonosuke is doing is he was kind of bringing Onigashima back using Kaido's flame crowd. So he was controlling Kaido's, not his own. And Momo's like, Ninja, you better get your ish together and make some damn clouds, because guess what? Onigashima, it's about to fall. Kaido's at his limit, so we gotta get to going. And we got this panel of Luffy. He used, or is controlling lightning, or he took lightning from the sky and grabbed one and is about to chuck it at Kaido. It looks dope. I'll have it on the screen for you guys. But man, Luffy and Kaido, it's the climax. The future, I don't know what's gonna happen. Kaido's gotta power up, Luffy's gonna power up, and man, this is a good fight. I'm not gonna lie. And I will say, recently Luffy has gotten a lot of hate when it comes to his Gear 5th, and I think that's the next video I'm gonna do, talking about One Piece being goofy and all of that, because recently One Piece has been getting a lot of hate for that. There's an argument, One Piece is dark, One Piece is goofy, and so we'll talk about it a little bit later. But this was a decent chapter. I didn't think it was bad, but it was an update chapter that was needed. Raizo was cool, Jinbei was cool, we got to see where all the Straw Hats were. Luffy grabbing lightning was cool. Momonosuke, next chapter, he's going to probably, they better make some dang clouds, because I don't know what's going to happen. But there's a break next week. Then we gotta wait, so we gotta wait 2 weeks, and then after that we get a chapter. Then there's a weekly Shonen Jump breaks, and then we get 2 more chapters, then an Oda break. So it's, it's a lot going on. But thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know your guys' thoughts about this chapter in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also hit the notification bell so you guys never see a new video. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and TikTok is on the screen in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to unleash your potential.